Welcome everyone. This is not just another English video. This is not a quick tip. This is not a shortcut. This is your transformation. Because today, you're not just going to learn English. You're going to learn how to speak like the most powerful people in the world. Like CEOs, like leaders, like visionaries who walk into a room and own it. Not with force, but with clarity, with calm, and with confidence. If you've ever felt like people ignore you when you speak, if you've ever struggled to explain your thoughts in English, if you've ever felt nervous, uncertain, or lost the words in conversations, then this video is your answer. Because CEOs aren't born confident. They learn to control their voice, their timing, their words, and their presence. And so can you. In this video, you'll learn exactly how to think clearly before you speak. Speak slowly and with authority. Use confident vocabulary like powerful leaders. Train your voice through shadowing. Speak with purpose, calmness, and structure. And finally, how to stop asking for permission and start taking charge in English. But let me say this clearly. This is not a short video. This is a 45-minute transformation. Every chapter is connected. Every minute matters. Every word is here to help you speak English like the world's top communicators. So please, don't skip, don't scroll. Watch till the very end. Because if you stay, I promise you, this will be the most life-changing and mind-opening English learning experience you've ever had. And if you want more content that helps you speak English clearly, powerfully, and confidently, please subscribe to our channel right now. We make every video like it's your last English lesson you'll ever need. Let's begin. Habit 1. The power of the pause. CEOs don't rush, they command. Let me ask you a simple question. Why do some people speak very little, yet everyone listens? And why do others speak a lot, but nobody remembers anything they say? It's because power is not in how much you speak. It's in how well you use silence. Yes, silence. The pause. That calm second of stillness before you speak. This is where CEOs live. This is how they control the room without raising their voice. They pause. They breathe. They look around. And then they speak. And that moment, that pause, tells the world, I'm in control of my voice. I know what I'm about to say is important. I don't need to rush. I am calm. I am ready. Most English learners believe they need to speak fast to sound fluent. But this is a lie. Speaking fast only shows one thing: nervousness. When you rush through your words, when you speak without breaks, when you throw sentence after sentence without breathing, the listener feels overwhelmed. They can't follow you. They don't trust your voice. But when you speak slowly, and you use pauses with intention, something magical happens. People pay attention. People listen more carefully. People start to respect your voice. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, even if your vocabulary is simple. That's the secret. Fluency is not speed. Fluency is flow. And flow needs silence. When you pause, your brain gets time to prepare. You choose better words. You structure your sentences better. You avoid filler words like, you know. I mean, these fillers destroy clarity and make you sound uncertain. Pausing gives you space to breathe, think, decide, deliver. It's the CEO way of speaking. And yes, even native speakers use this technique. They just don't realize it. Here's how you build the habit of speaking with powerful pauses. Write a sentence you say often. For example, Hi, my name is Maria. I work in digital marketing. I love helping people grow their business. Add pauses. Using. Like this. Hi, my name is Maria. I work in digital marketing. And I love helping people grow their business. Now read it aloud slowly. But don't just pause randomly. Pause with purpose. Each break should feel like a place where you control the flow, like you are guiding the listener, not just reading. Speak it with confidence. Say the sentence again, but now look in the mirror. Pause at each. And before you speak again, breathe and look at yourself. It will feel strange at first. You'll want to rush. You'll feel nervous. You'll want to fill the space with more words. But don't. Hold the silence. That silence is where your confidence is born. Do this every morning. Pick a short paragraph, news story or script. Read it out loud with intentional pauses. Record yourself, play it back. Ask, did I sound rushed or in control? If rushed, do it again, slower, with more space. If controlled, do it again tomorrow, and again the day after, until this becomes natural. Pause to hold attention. If you feel someone's not listening, stop speaking for 2 seconds. The silence will pull them back in. Use the pause to slow your emotions. Feeling nervous? Don't speak faster. Pause. Breathe. Speak slowly. The pause is not empty. It's full of power. It gives your brain clarity. It gives your listener confidence. It gives your words weight. And here's the truth. You can speak basic English with simple grammar and still sound like a CEO if you master the pause. So, from today, stop rushing, stop panicking, stop chasing speed. Instead, control the silence. Let your words breathe. Speak like you own the room. Habit 2. Short sentences, big impact. Why CEOs never over-explain. Let's begin this part with the truth that most English learners never hear. The goal of English is not to speak more. It's to be understood. Now think about that carefully. Most people who are learning English feel like they need to say longer sentences. Use big words. Impress others with complicated grammar. But the best communicators in the world, CEOs, leaders, presidents, visionaries, they don't use complicated words. They use simple language. They speak in short, strong sentences. They don't try to impress people. They try to connect with them. This is the second habit you must learn if you want to speak English like a CEO. And this one habit alone can transform the way people listen to you. Because speaking in short sentences shows power. It shows clarity. It shows that you're in control of your message, not lost in your words. Let's be honest. When English is not your first language, your brain is already under pressure. You're thinking of grammar. You're searching for the right words. You're trying not to make mistakes. And in that stress, your brain tries to create long, complicated sentences, because you're afraid that short sentences will sound childish or too basic. But this is the biggest mistake. Long sentences often confuse the listener, increase grammar mistakes, make you forget what you were saying, make you look less confident. Because the longer your sentence is, the more likely you are to lose control of it. It's like driving a car at full speed on a narrow road. One wrong move, and you crash. But when you speak in short sentences, you are in the driver's seat, calm, focused, and in full control. And that's what CEOs do every single day. Let's take a real example. Imagine you're in a job interview. The interviewer asks, "Can you tell me about your experience with team management?" Answer 1. Nervous, long, over-explained. Well, I think I have some good experience because in my last company I was sort of managing a team. Not officially the leader, but I had to take responsibility in many situations. And we had this big project where I had to organize a lot of things and coordinate with different departments and yeah, it was a good experience. Answer 2. CEO style. Short, clear, confident. Yes, in my last company I led a team of 5. We delivered a high-stakes project in 3 months. I managed communication, deadlines, and coordination across departments. Can you feel the difference? The first one is filled with uncertainty. It's nervous. It's weak. The second one? It's direct, structured, and powerful. Even if both answers are true, the second one builds trust. And trust is everything in communication. When you speak English, your job is not to sound smart. Your job is to make your message clear, to give the listener mental clarity so they feel safe listening to you. Short sentences are like a clear road with signs. The listener knows exactly where they're going. There's no confusion. But when you use long, complicated sentences, the listener feels lost. And when people feel lost, they stop listening. That's why CEOs cut the noise. They remove anything that isn't necessary. Every word they speak has a purpose. If the sentence doesn't move the message forward, they cut it. This is not just about speaking better English. This is about thinking like a leader. Let's now go deeper. If you want to sound like a confident, fluent speaker, you need to remove weak language from your speech. Here are the most common things to cut. I think maybe, sort of, kind of, a little bit. These phrases don't help you. They weaken your sentence. Look at the difference. I think maybe we should kind of start the project soon. Let's start the project tomorrow. The second one is direct, clear, and authoritative. It doesn't matter if your grammar is perfect. If you sound unsure, people won't listen. But if you sound certain, even with simple words, people trust you. That's the CEO advantage. Now here's something powerful. And most English learners don't know this. Short sentences train your brain to succeed. When you speak in short, clear sentences, your brain feels successful after each one. You say one sentence. It works. You feel confident. So you speak the next sentence even better. It's like winning small games. One win leads to another, and another, and another. This is how confidence is built, not by speaking fast or using big words, but by winning small moments in conversation. But if you try to say one big, complicated sentence and you get stuck halfway, your brain feels like it failed. You lose confidence. You hesitate. You panic. So remember, confidence doesn't come from speaking more. It comes from speaking clearly. And short sentences are your training ground. Let's talk now about how you can train this skill every day, no matter your level. The first thing to understand is, this is not just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about rewiring your speaking habit. You've been trained by school books and grammar rules to make long academic sentences. Now you have to unlearn that. And learn how to speak like real people, like leaders, like confident communicators. Here's how to do it. Start by writing down a few thoughts from your day. For example, what did I do this morning? What's my plan for today? What's one goal I have this week? Now, try to explain each idea using only short one-line sentences. No linking words, no complex structures. Just thought, sentence, stop. For example, I woke up at 7 a.m. I made black coffee. I planned my tasks. I went for a walk. I didn't check my phone. This is how CEOs build speeches. This is how powerful speakers write messages. This is how great communicators speak with authority. Short, direct, focused. You're not dumbing down your English. You're leveling up your power. Because every short sentence is like a bullet. It hits with precision. One final truth. Native English speakers, especially in professional settings, expect people who speak clearly and briefly. When you use too many words, they feel like you're wasting their time. But when you speak directly, they lean in. They listen. They ask questions. They remember your voice. So even if your English is not perfect, if you speak in short, strong, confident sentences, you will be respected. And that's more valuable than any vocabulary test. In the world of powerful English, every word must have a reason. And if you want to speak like a CEO, you must become a master of clarity. Remove the noise. Remove the fear. Remove the need to sound advanced. Because advanced English is not big words. Advanced English is simple words, spoken with confidence. So from today, don't chase long sentences. Master short ones. That's how leaders speak. That's how CEOs lead. And that's how you begin to speak English with true fluency. Habit 3. The CEO voice. Speak slow, speak clear, speak strong. There's something most people never understand about great English speakers. Something even native speakers often ignore. Your voice is not just a tool. It's your presence. Every time you open your mouth, you're telling the world something about you. Not just with your words, but with your tone, your speed, your volume, your energy. And CEOs know this. They've trained their voice like an athlete trains their body. Because the way you speak tells people whether you are confident or nervous, clear or confused, trustworthy or uncertain, worth listening to or not. So in this habit, we will go extremely deep into one of the most powerful but most underused areas of English fluency. Your voice quality. Not grammar, not vocabulary, not accent. Your voice. This is the real reason people respect some speakers and ignore others. Let's begin with one of the biggest mistakes English learners make. They think speaking fast equals speaking fluently. But this is a dangerous myth. Speaking fast usually means you're rushing because you feel nervous. You're afraid the listener will interrupt you. You're not confident that your sentence will come out right. You're trying to hide your mistakes by moving too quickly. But here's the truth. Fast speakers get forgotten. Clear speakers get remembered. When you speak too fast, your words lose weight. The listener can't follow your message. They tune out. They stop trusting your voice. But when you slow down, not to a crawl, but to a controlled, intentional pace, everything changes. You sound calm. You sound powerful. You sound like you know exactly what you're doing, even if your grammar is not perfect. And that is what CEOs do. They don't rush. They don't chase approval. They don't speak just to fill silence. They speak with measured strength. Go watch any public speech by a powerful CEO. Tim Cook, Elon Musk, Sundar Pichai, Oprah Winfrey, Satya Nadella, or any Fortune 500 leader. You'll notice something immediately. They pause often. They speak slowly. They stress keywords in their sentence. They let the message land before they continue. They're not speaking fast. They're speaking clearly. Because they know. Power is in clarity, not speed. This is what you must copy if you want to be taken seriously as an English speaker. In meetings, interviews, presentations, conversations, or even daily life. Clear English is not about using easy words or perfect grammar. It's about making your listener feel safe. Safe to understand you, safe to trust you, safe to listen. Clarity comes from 5 major habits. 1. Speaking slower than you think you need to. 2. Using pauses between ideas. 3. Stressing the right word in each sentence. 4. Opening your mouth enough when you speak. 5. Letting your voice finish each word fully. If you're not doing these, your English may sound rushed, flat, or robotic, and that makes people tune out. But if you master these 5 things, you could be using only 500 words of vocabulary and still sound like a leader. That's what makes this habit so important. It's not about language level. It's about delivery. In English, every sentence has 1 or 2 important words, and native speakers automatically put more energy on those words. This is called word stress, and it's a vital skill. For example, let's look at this sentence. I didn't say he stole the money. Now say it 7 times, each time stressing a different word. I didn't say he stole the money. It wasn't me. I didn't say he stole the money. I never said it. I didn't say he stole the money. I only implied it. I didn't say he stole the money. Someone else did. I didn't say he stole the money. Maybe he borrowed it. I didn't say he stole the money. Maybe it was another item. I didn't say he stole the money. It wasn't money, maybe documents. Same sentence, 7 meanings. That's the power of word stress. Now think about your English. Do you stress the key words when you speak? Or do you speak every word with the same flat tone? Most learners speak flat. Same volume, same energy, same tone. But if you want to speak like a CEO, you must learn to highlight your message with stress. Not loud, not dramatic. Just clear, focused emphasis on the important word. This is what makes a sentence stick in people's minds. Another myth in communication is that confident speakers are loud. But in reality, true leaders don't need to shout. In fact, many powerful speakers speak quietly, but they speak with depth and clarity. They have what's called a grounded voice. A voice that comes from the chest, not the throat. This voice feels stable, calm, focused, present. If you want to sound more grounded, practice breathing deeply when you speak. Don't speak from the top of your throat. Drop your breath low, into your belly. Let your voice be full and relaxed. This kind of voice makes people want to listen to you, because it sounds real. This is the part where we turn everything into real improvement. Because watching videos and reading tips is not enough. To speak like a CEO, you must train like one. Speak slower than usual. Use pauses after ideas. Stress the most important word in each sentence. Don't try to speak fast or impress anyone. Your job is not to sound fancy. Your job is to sound focused. When you play the recording back, ask yourself, did I sound calm or rushed? Was I clear or hard to follow? Did my voice have energy or did it sound flat? This self-feedback is where real fluency begins, because confidence doesn't come from knowing all the grammar rules. It comes from hearing your own voice and saying, that sounds strong. That sounds like me. Let's now come back to the truth that changes everything. You are not just learning English. You are building your voice. Your voice is your leadership. Your voice is your message. Your voice is how the world will judge your ideas. So stop trying to speak like a textbook. Stop chasing speed. Stop fearing silence. Instead, speak slowly. Speak clearly. Speak like a leader. Because the world doesn't need more fast talkers. The world needs people who speak with clarity, with confidence, and with calm power. That can be you. and it starts with your voice. Habit 4. Use confident language and powerful phrases. Speak with certainty, not doubt. If you want to speak English like a CEO, you need to start thinking like one. Because the CEO doesn't just talk. They communicate powerfully. They don't speak to fill silence. They speak to create action. They don't use soft, vague, unsure words. They use clear, precise, and impactful language. And here's something most English learners don't realize. Even basic English can sound powerful if your words are confident. This habit is not about big words. It's not about advanced vocabulary. It's about choosing the right tone, the right structure, and the right level of certainty in every sentence you say. Because here's the truth. If you speak like you doubt yourself, the world will doubt you too. But if you speak with confidence, even simple words can move mountains. When English is not your first language, you naturally become careful. You don't want to sound wrong. You don't want to offend someone. You don't want to be judged. So to protect yourself, you start using softeners in your language. You start saying things like, I guess, maybe we can try. I think it should be okay. Kind of. A little bit. And you believe that this makes you sound polite or safe. But in reality, it makes you sound uncertain. And uncertain language makes people lose confidence in what you say. Now imagine you're in a business meeting or on a sales call or giving a presentation or even just explaining your idea to a friend. And you keep using soft language. The message they hear is, this person is not sure. This person doesn't fully believe in their own message. Why should I listen? And that's exactly what CEOs avoid. They train themselves to speak with full belief in what they say, even if they're still figuring things out. That belief comes through their language. Now let's understand this in real detail. Confident language is not about being aggressive. It's not about dominating people or always being right. It's about being clear, direct, and intentional in your communication. It's about making your words sound like a decision, not a question. Confident speakers say, let's begin. Instead of, should we maybe start? Here's what I recommend. Instead of, I think maybe we could try. We need to fix this. Instead of, it kind of seems like a problem. This is important. Instead of, it's maybe a little important. They use command statements, not question marks in their tone. They speak like they trust their own message. And here's the best part. You can use the same basic vocabulary, but just remove the weak fillers. And suddenly, you sound 10 times more confident. That's the real power of language. Not in what words you use, but in how you use them. To speak like a CEO, you must master 2 kinds of sentences. 1. Decision sentences. Sentences that sound like actions and leadership. 2. Conviction sentences. Sentences that show full belief in what you're saying. Let's look at both. Decision sentences are, we will deliver this by Friday. This is the direction we should go. I'll take care of it. Let's move forward. These sentences show action. They don't ask. They decide. Conviction sentences are, I believe in this solution. This is the right choice. It's worth the risk. This will work. These sentences show belief. No doubt, no maybe, no fear. Now think about your own English. How often do you speak with decision and conviction? Or do you speak with hesitation, fillers, and questions? This is where transformation happens. Not just learning English, but learning to sound like someone who leads in English. Now let's go even deeper. Even if you use powerful words, if your voice sounds unsure, the message fails. So confident language must be combined with a confident tone. That means no high-pitched questioning voice at the end of sentences. No, I'm not sure energy in your tone. No apologizing for speaking. Speak like your words matter. Speak like your message deserves attention. Speak like the room is waiting to hear what you say next. Because confident English is not just a skill, it's a presence. And presence comes from matching your voice and your words. Now let's bring this into your real life. Because watching is not enough. Practice is where the real transformation happens. Start by rewriting your common sentences. Take things you say daily. And upgrade the language to sound more confident. Instead of, I think we can maybe meet tomorrow? Say, let's meet tomorrow to finalize things. Instead of, I guess that's all I have to say. Say, that's all for now. I'm open to any questions. Instead of, maybe we should think about this again. Say, let's review this one more time before deciding. And do this every day. At work, in texts, with friends, in your head. Make confident language your habit. Because the more you use it, the more natural it feels. And the more natural it feels, the more people listen. People don't follow perfect English. They follow powerful English. And powerful English doesn't come from big words. It comes from certainty. It comes from the words you choose. It comes from the energy in your tone. It comes from how deeply you believe what you say. So from today, remove the fillers. Remove the fear. Remove the language of maybe. And replace it with clear decisions, full belief, quiet confidence, real presence. Because when your words are strong, when your tone is steady, when your language matches your intention, you stop sounding like a student, and you start sounding like a leader. That's what English fluency is really about. Not just grammar, not just speed, not just vocabulary. It's about owning your voice and using it to create real, powerful, life-changing impact. Habit 5. Shadowing and daily speaking routine. Train your mouth like a master communicator. You cannot speak fluent English just by reading or listening. You cannot become a strong speaker by only understanding. You cannot build confidence by memorizing grammar rules. Because understanding is not speaking. Listening is not fluency. Knowing is not doing. Fluent speaking comes only when your brain, your mouth, your ears, and your muscles train together every day like a system. And the most powerful technique to do that is shadowing. This is the habit that makes your English sound natural, confident, smooth, and automatic. Not because you're smarter, but because you're training like a speaker, not just learning like a student. Shadowing is a technique used by professional language learners, actors, public speakers, diplomats, and even interpreters. It's the simple act of listening to native English and repeating exactly what they say at the same time, with the same tone, same speed, same pauses, same flow. Imagine standing behind a powerful English speaker, like a CEO or a news anchor or a TED speaker, and trying to speak exactly like them. That's shadowing. It's called shadowing because you are like a shadow, copying every move, every tone, every breath, not inventing new sentences, but imitating greatness. And this is not copying. This is training. Because every time you shadow a native speaker, you are practicing real sentence rhythm, training your speaking muscles, building mouth memory for natural English, improving your pronunciation without needing phonetic lessons, learning where to pause, where to stress, and how to breathe, developing real-world speaking confidence. And most importantly, you're turning English from a language in your brain into a language in your body. Think about music. You can listen to a piano for years and understand everything about how it works. But unless you sit down, put your fingers on the keys, and play again and again, you will never become a pianist. English is the same. You can watch thousands of videos. You can understand everything. But unless you open your mouth and train your tongue, you will always feel like you know English, but can't speak it freely. That's why shadowing is so important. It's the bridge between knowledge and fluency. It's the difference between understanding the game and playing the game. When you shadow, you're doing something most English learners never do. You're forcing your brain and mouth to work together in real time. This activates something called muscle memory, the ability to say sentences automatically without needing to build them word by word. You don't stop to think about grammar. You don't pause to translate in your head. You speak the sentence as one complete sound, just like native speakers do. This is how children learn. This is how actors train. This is how you rewire your brain for natural, fluent, automatic English. And over time, your fluency becomes effortless. Not because you've learned more, but because you've trained better. Now let's go even deeper. Because shadowing is not just repeating after someone. It's about how you do it, and how you make it part of your daily life. The most powerful way to shadow is to use real audio from real speakers who speak clearly, slowly, and confidently. This can be TED Talks, business presentations, motivational speeches, CEO interviews, slow, clear YouTube videos. Start with a short segment, 30 to 60 seconds. Don't choose something too long. Listen to it once, then again, then begin to repeat with it, word by word, second by second. Match the pace, the pauses, the word stress, the emotion, the breathing rhythm. At first you will feel uncomfortable. Your tongue will feel slow. You'll miss words. You'll feel behind. But that's okay. That's the training. Because fluency lives in the discomfort. Every second you push through the confusion, your brain is learning something new. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. After 1 week, you'll feel the difference. After 1 month, others will hear it. After 3 months, you'll speak like someone who's lived with English all their life. Shadowing alone is powerful. But when you build a daily routine around it, your fluency grows 10 times faster. A powerful daily routine includes 10 minutes of shadowing your chosen speaker, 5 minutes of recording yourself repeating the same sentences, 5 minutes of reviewing your recording, correcting your voice, and repeating again. 5 minutes of speaking freely using the same sentence structure in your own words. This is not about perfect English. It's about building fluency. In your mouth, not in your notebook. And it only takes 20 to 30 minutes a day. But that daily habit, repeated over weeks and months, is more powerful than any grammar course, vocabulary app, or textbook you've ever seen. Because this is real English practice. This is how CEOs train for speeches. This is how actors train for scripts. This is how top communicators train for impact. And this is how you train for fluency. One of the most beautiful results of shadowing is how it changes you in real conversations. You stop hesitating. You stop searching for words. You stop translating in your head. Because your brain has already practiced those sentence patterns hundreds of times. Your mouth already knows how to move. Your voice already knows the rhythm. It's like building a second version of yourself. A version that's fluent, natural, and confident in English. You walk into meetings differently. You speak to strangers without fear. You interview with clarity. You express yourself fully. And all of that confidence, all of that presence, comes from one simple, powerful habit: shadowing. Every single day. Fluency is not talent. Fluency is training. If you want to speak English like a CEO, if you want to speak clearly, confidently, naturally, if you want people to trust your words, feel your message, and remember your voice, then you must treat English like a skill, not just a subject. And skills are not learned, they are practiced. Shadowing is that practice. It's the habit that transforms hesitation into confidence. It's the routine that turns your voice into a tool of power. It's the system that teaches your mouth to speak fluently, even when your brain is tired. So from today, start shadowing every morning or every night. Use real voices, real speakers, real content. Train your tongue. Train your tone. Train your timing. Record. Repeat. Improve. Repeat again. And over time, you won't just speak English. You'll own it. Because fluency is not what you know. Fluency is what you've trained. And with shadowing, you'll train like a leader. You'll speak like a CEO. You'll rise like someone whose voice deserves to be heard. Habit 6. Body language and presence. Speak English with your whole self. Most English learners believe that fluency is all about the mouth. They focus on words, sentences, pronunciation. But powerful communication, the kind that gets respect, builds influence, and makes people remember you, is never just verbal. It's physical. It's emotional. It's energetic. Because before people even hear your words, they see your face, your hands, your posture, your eye contact, your energy. And the world decides how seriously to take you. Not based on your vocabulary, but based on your presence. That's why if you want to speak English like a CEO, you must learn to use your whole body when you speak. Because your words only have power if your body believes them. Let's say you walk into a room. You want to speak in English. You have the good idea. You have the right words. But you're standing with slouched shoulders. Your eyes are looking down. Your voice is low and shaky. Your hands are hidden in your pockets. You're speaking softly, like you don't believe in what you're saying. What do people feel? They don't just hear your idea. They feel your doubt. They don't judge your grammar. They judge your energy. Now imagine another version of you. You walk in standing tall. Your shoulders are back. You look people in the eyes. Your hands are open, relaxed, expressive. Your voice is slow, calm, and clear. Your face shows certainty, not fear. You speak simple English, but you speak like you own your voice. Suddenly, nobody cares about your accent. Nobody cares about perfect grammar. They listen. They trust. They respond. That's the power of presence. And CEOs have mastered it. Fluency is not just about how fast you can talk. It's about how well you can own a space, physically, emotionally, and energetically. And to do that, you need to train your body. Start with your posture. Don't shrink yourself. Don't hide. Don't fold your arms. Stand tall. Let your body feel like it deserves space. Then focus on your eyes. Looking people in the eye when you speak English might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's the foundation of trust. If you keep looking down, you look uncertain. If you keep looking away, you look distracted. But if you hold calm, respectful eye contact, you look like a leader. Then come your hands. CEOs use their hands to guide attention, to emphasize ideas, to shape meaning. Not too much, not too wild, but expressive. Open hands equals openness. Clenched fists equals fear or aggression. Flat palms equals calm control. Practice using small gestures that match your words. If you say we have 3 goals, raise 3 fingers. If you say we need to grow, move your hand upward. Make your message visible, not just audible. And then, your face. Don't deliver everything with a frozen blank expression. Let your emotion show. If you believe in something, your face should show it. If you're confident, your face should feel it. If you care, your expression should reveal it. Because people trust faces before they trust words. Let's understand something deeper. You don't need 10,000 English words to influence people. You need the right words, the right energy, and the right physical delivery. You can say a sentence like, "We should move forward," and it can either feel like a question, or like a command, or like a vision. It all depends on how you deliver it. Are you upright? Are your hands grounded? Are your shoulders tense or relaxed? Is your voice supported by your breath? Do you look like you believe what you're saying? These details matter more than vocabulary. Because people don't remember words. They remember impressions. And impressions are created by energy plus body plus voice, not just language. That's why CEOs don't just speak. They project presence. And if you want to sound fluent, you must build that presence every single day in front of the mirror, during your practice, inside every conversation. This is one of the most powerful practices you can add to your routine. And you can start it immediately. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at yourself. Speak a sentence. Watch your body. Where are your shoulders? Are you breathing? Are you blinking? Does your voice rise and fall with intention? Do you look confident or small? Repeat the sentence again, this time with adjusted posture, improved breath, and eye contact with yourself. Then again, and again. Do this every day for 5 minutes. You'll start to feel the change, not just in how you speak, but how you feel about yourself in English. And that changes everything. Because when your body believes you're English, the world will believe it too. If you build these habits, you'll transform your English from something you learned into something you live. And the world will feel the difference. Because fluency is not just in your words. It's in your voice, your body, your mind, and your presence. You no longer speak like a student. You speak like a CEO. And this video, this journey, was your beginning. If you've watched this far, you've already done what 99% of people never do. You didn't just learn English. You learned how to own your voice. Now it's your turn. Practice these habits every day. Don't wait to feel ready. Start speaking like the person you're becoming. Confident. Clear. Powerful. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need belief, consistency, and the courage to speak. Subscribe to our channel if this helped you. And remember, you don't have to be fluent to begin, but you have to begin to become fluent. I'll see you in the next video. Keep growing. Keep speaking. You've got this.